What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of J&D Sports Talk. Today we are going to give you my Week 3 NFL reactions. I'm going to react to every game that went down Sunday. Today is Monday. Um, enjoy the video. Let me know what you guys want to see in the future. All right, the first game of the week was Thursday Night Football between the Patriots and the Jets. The Jets won 24-3. This wasn't really much of a game. The Jets kind of destroyed the Patriots. The Patriots defense kept them in this game for like a quarter and a half, maybe halftime, and then the Patriots defense just got tired. Jacoby Brissett, he went 12 for 18, 98 yards, and an 80 passer rating. He didn't do that great. He also got sacked 5 times, and he was under pressure a lot. We all know New England's offense is not good. Their line isn't good. Their receiving core isn't good. Doesn't matter who they really put at quarterback. It's not really going to be good. But Drake May got his first NFL action. He went 4 for 8, 22 yards with a 56 passer rating. First action. Like we said, it doesn't matter who's at quarterback for the New England Patriots right now. Their team is not great, or their offense, we should say. On the ground, Stevenson and Gibson didn't really get going at all. Receiving, Demario Douglas is the only player who really had a respectable game. 7 catches, 69 yards. Other than that, wasn't really much there. Defensively, McMillan and Jelani Tavai had double-digit tackles. New England did not pick the ball off at all. And Joey Sly made a field goal. Fun fact here, there was 80,812 people in attendance for that game. All right. But, not a good game for the Patriots. The game went as expected. Not good for New England. Going to the Jets side, Aaron Rodgers, he's kind of not struggled, but didn't play as good as he was expected to the first 2 weeks. He played really good Thursday night. 118 rating. He also went 27 for 35, 2 touchdowns, 281 yards, and only sacked twice. He had a good game. And on the ground, man, one of the best rushing duos in the NFL. Braylon Allen and Breece Hall, both with 50-plus yards. Breece Hall had a touchdown. Really good rushing duo there. And then receiving, Tyler Conklin almost had 100 yards. Allen Lazard had a touchdown. Garrett Wilson had a touchdown. Mike Williams had a few catches. Rodgers did a really good job of getting the ball to different people. He got the ball to Breece. He got the ball to Braylon. He got the ball to Wilson, to Conklin, to Lazard, to Williams. Xavier Gibson had a couple catches. He got the ball to a lot of people, which is always good. And then defensively, Jets had 7 sacks as a team. I believe they sacked Drake May twice and Jacoby Brissett 5 times. But with the sack, Chuck Clark, who tore his ACL before the season last year, I'm glad, he's healthy and playing football. And also Quinnen Williams and Solomon Thomas, McKinley, and Leonard Taylor had half a sack. Javon Kinlaw had a sack, and Michael Clemens had half a sack. Basically, a lot of sacks for the Jets against the Patriots. 15 QB hits. Like we said, the Jets dominated. Wasn't really close. New England's defense held New England into the game for a quarter and a half. Then their defense got tired. Looking at the team stats, like we just said, Jets dominated. 27 first downs to 11. and New England only had 139 total yards. Jets had 400. And I remember when I was watching the game, New England had New England literally had like 45 total yards at the end of the half, and they had more penalty yards. New England only had 61 passing yards. Jets had 267. 78 rushing yards for New England. Jets had 133. New England only a positive for New England. They only turned the ball over once, which isn't really bad. But time of possession, I mean, this is another reason why the Jets dominated. The Jets had the ball for 40 minutes. New England only had it for 19 minutes and 56 seconds. It's hard to win a game when you don't have the ball. It's hard to score when you don't have the ball. But in summary, Jets dominated New England Thursday night. Moving on to the next game. This game was the first, well, not the first, but a 1 o'clock game. It was the Los Angeles Chargers going to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Chargers are 2-1. Steelers are 3-0. I didn't. I watched some of this game. I watched Red Zone for the 1 o'clock games because the Panthers played at 4. But I watched Red Zone as any fan would when their team is not playing at a certain time. I seen some of this game. It seemed like a good game. Chargers were winning at halftime, but Steelers kind of dominated the second half. But we'll start with the Chargers side. Justin Herbert, before he unfortunately got hurt, had a 105 rating, 12 for 18, 125 yards, and a touchdown, only sacked twice. And then after Justin Herbert got hurt, they put in Taylor Heinicke, 2 for 2, 24 yards, no touchdown, no picks. But, Justin Herbert is one of those quarterbacks that's really good, but does have injuries. Injuries are the worst part about sports. There's only one bad thing about sports, and that's injuries. You don't wish injuries on anyone or anything like that. But I heard earlier it was announced that Justin Herbert has a high ankle sprain, which would usually sideline a player 4 to 6 weeks, but we'll see if Herbert goes to the sideline or not. Rushing, though, Dobbins didn't have a great game on the ground, 15 for 44. His longest rush was 13 yards. Receiving, Quentin Johnson has quietly been having a good year. He's got a touchdown. Yeah. And with the defense, was there any picks? I don't think they generated any turnovers. They didn't. They didn't get any picks. Fun fact here, there were 66,734 people in attendance for this game. Justin Fields proven he might be the quarterback for the Steelers. He went 25 for 32, 245 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. I guess he did have a pick. 96 rating, only sacked twice. Pretty good game by Fields, That's a high completion percentage, good amount of yardage, good rating. Najee Harris did pretty good on the ground, 18 for 70. Cordell Patterson did 4 for 33. Calvin Austin had a really good game at receiver. He had 4 catches, 95 yards, and a touchdown. George Pickens had a pretty good game, 5 catches, 57 yards. Pat Freiermuth had a good game. And Patrick Queen led the team in tackles. Pittsburgh had 5 sacks. Wow. TJ Watt had a sack, I know that. Cameron Hayward had a sack. Landon Roberts had a sack. TJ Watt, I just said, had a sack. A lot of sacks for Pittsburgh's defense. Pittsburgh's defense is a really good defense. Everybody knows that. Their offense is, they're decent. They did play better this week, especially Fields. But, from what I've seen, this seemed like a good game. It was I guess, Chargers at half, but Steelers played and rallied in the second half. Steelers don't score a bunch of points, but they do got a defense that can keep them in the game for their offense to go out there and score. All right, moving on to the next game, we got the Minnesota Vikings blowing out the Houston Texans 34-7. Brian Flores' scheme has been dominating. They shut down the Niners, and now they humbled the Texans. Vikings, as of right now, not saying they will be, but they're looking like one of the top teams in the NFC, maybe even the NFL. But looking here, Houston, I seen a lot of this game from Red Zone. Houston couldn't get anything really going. CJ Stroud didn't have a good game at all. 20 for 31, 215 yards, a touchdown, and 2 picks. Sacked 4 times. He did get pressured a lot. Davis Mills came in and when the game was over, threw some passes. 0 rushing, 9 carries, 21 yards for Cam Akers. Stephon Diggs had a good game, 10 catches, 94 yards. The touchdown scorer was a receiving touchdown by Cam Akers. Nico Collins had a pretty good day. Tank Dell had a good day. But just not a good day for this Houston's offense. They got pressured a lot. Brian Flores took away a lot of good plays at Houston. A lot of things that they're good at, I should say. Texans offense just didn't have an answer for Brian Flores and the Vikings defense. And obviously, same with the Texans defense. They didn't play that great. Looking over on the Vikings side, is Sam Darnold actually this good? What? He has a passer rating of 119 from this game, but 17 for 28, 181, and four touchdowns for Sam Darnold. That's incredible. Aaron Jones had a big day, 19 carries, 102 yards. Whenever a running back goes over 100, they definitely had a good day. Justin Jefferson scored a touchdown. Aaron Jones scored a touchdown. Jalen Nailor, I told you about him to start the season. Watch out for him. He's been balling for Minnesota. I believe that he might have 3 touchdowns so far this season. And, not one of the best receivers in the NFL, but Vikings have did all this yesterday without Jordan Addison. That's a big part of their offense. But, and as far as the defense goes, Minnesota's defense played really good. They got 5 sacks. They got 9 tackles for loss. 8 QB hits. They didn't. Kamu Grajor-Hill and Cameron Bynum got the picks. Fun fact, 66,843 in attendance. I don't know if I already said that already. I don't think I did. But, wow. I predicted the Vikings were going to win, but I didn't think in that fashion. Good job, Minnesota. Good job. You got to give them their flowers. With my picks this week, I believe I am here. Let me check what I said to you guys. I know I did pretty good this week. Last week, a lot of people, no one did really good. People only maybe got 8 or 9 right last week. But this week I did really good with my picks. This week I am 8-6. We'll talk about that more. But so far the games I talked to you guys about, the Jets and Patriots. I got the Chargers wrong. I predicted the Chargers would win. They obviously didn't win. But, I got this game right. I picked Minnesota. And I also got this game right. The Eagles over the Saints. This game, I seen some of it on Red Zone. This game seemed boring. Without Saquon, what would the Eagles have even done? It's just like, I know, like maybe whatever, but I've never seen a team with this many good players struggle like that. It doesn't matter who they're playing. Going into the fourth quarter, Philadelphia only had like 3 points. Zero. They had zero going into the fourth quarter. It's just crazy to me that a team with Jalen Hurts, a team with Saquon Barkley, I know A.J. Brown didn't play, Devontae Smith left early, Dallas Goedert, and then all these defensive players they have. Well, I know defense doesn't play offense, but still, like, all these, and then this line, Jordan Mailata, Landon Dickerson, Cam Jurgens, Lane Johnson, all of these players on one side of the ball, and they don't score going into the fourth quarter. It's just crazy how that works sometimes. But Philadelphia, Jalen Hurts didn't have a good game at all from the plays I seen. He played all right, but with the players around him, he should be playing better. Saquon Barkley, he was their 2 touchdowns. I'm just saying for Philadelphia, for a team that's supposed to have high hopes and Super Bowl contending, and how much talking the fans do. They have Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, a great O-line, Darius Slay, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, James Bradbury, Reed Blankenship. All of these players, and they're struggling. It's just, it could be coaching, but like still, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, they're like, it's just weird. Anyway, Saquon, 17 carries, 147 yards with 2 touchdowns. His longest rush was 65. I believe that was a touchdown. I seen that one. Saquon had a really good game. Receiving wise, Dallas Goedert had a really good game. I had him on my bench. I know. Okay, I had him on my fantasy bench. I'm still winning this week. By the way, in case you're wondering, my fantasy team is 1-1. Going to be 2-1 this week. But Dallas Goedert 10 catches, 170 yards. Devontae Smith 7 catches, 79 yards. Other than that, it was kind of quiet at receivers. Defense for the Eagles played really darn good. They only had 1 sack, but they still played pretty good. I would see, like, they would show on red zone, Saints have a first down, and then 1 minute later, it's 4th down, they're punting. Reed Blankenship got a pick for Philly. Fun fact, there were just over 70,000 people at the Caesars Superdome on Sunday. But as far as the Saints, Derek Carr didn't have a great game. 14 for 25, 142 yards, touchdown, a pick, and 69 rating. Only sacked once. Kamara, he had a good game, I guess. 26 carries, 87 yards. Chris Olave had a touchdown. Kamara had a good game receiving. Paulson Adebo led the team in tackles. They had 4 sacks. 4 sacks as a defense. Tyrann Mathieu with an interception for New Orleans. Like I said, this didn't seem like the most exciting game. I'm going to double check the box score here. Yeah, most of the points came in the fourth quarter. Saints got a field goal in the first quarter, and then it just went 0-0-0-0 for both teams. The total score was 27, 15 plus 12. 27 points scored in that game, 24 of them in the fourth quarter. So, it was a defensive game. We're going to talk about now the Broncos and the Buccaneers. Broncos improve, get their first win of the season, go to 1-2. Tampa Bay takes their first loss of the season, goes down to 2-1. I'm happy Denver won this game. I did pick Tampa Bay, but I wanted Denver. Tampa's in my division. But the majority of Denver's points came in the first quarter. Tampa only scored in the second quarter. Not a good game for Tampa. Denver is certainly not the better team. I still believe, Tampa Bay is somewhat of a good team. They're all right, but just not a good game for the Buccaneers. Bo Nix did have a good game, though. I will say that. Not a great game, but he had a good game. Um, Tyler Beatty had a good rushing game for Denver. Cortland Sutton had a good game. Lil Jordan Humphrey had a good game. Red Zone showed this game a little bit, but Alex Singleton led Denver in tackles. 7 sacks for Denver. They got to Baker 7 times. That's a lot. That's a lot to sack a quarterback. Brandon Jones got a picked off Baker once. And then going to the Buccaneers side, Baker 25 for 33, which is still a high completion percentage. 163 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Sacked 7 times, like I said. Bucky Irving had a good game for Tampa on the ground. 9 carries, 70 yards. And Chris Godwin had a touchdown, and that was it. That was literally it for Tampa. Jamal Dean led the team in tackles. They didn't get to the quarterback once, only 2 tackles for loss. Just a really bad game for Tampa. Just a really bad game for Tampa. Denver got the best of Tampa on their off day. Packers and Titans now. I got this game right. Titans fall to 0-3 of the season. Green Bay is 2-1. Malik Willis can throw the ball. 13 for 19, over 200 yards, 1 touchdown, 120 rating, sacked 3 times. He ran the ball for a touchdown as well. He was their leading rusher. Emmanuel Wilson and Josh Jacobs got a lot of carries. Christian Watson had a good game, 2 for 67. Emmanuel Wilson got a touchdown. Good game for Green Bay. Looks like they got some touchdowns on defense. They got 1 touchdown on defense, Green Bay did. And then they had Jareer Alexander got a 35-yard pick six. I've seen that. And then Green Bay went 3 for 3 on field goals. So Green Bay had a really good day over the Titans at Nissan Stadium with, fun fact, 67,322 in attendance. Good game for Green Bay. Titans not looking good right now. Will Levis isn't looking good. But, yeah. Going to Tennessee's side, Will Levis. Okay, what I've noticed with Will Levis so far through 3 games of the season, 1 drive he will lead them 80 yards for a touchdown. The next drive, you will see the most dumbest pick you have ever seen. And I think that's the same with Anthony Richardson so far. But anyway, Will Levis, 26 for 34, 260 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, 92 passer rating. Tony Pollard on the ground, 6 carries, 14 yards. Didn't run the ball much. When you're down that much, you don't really run it. They threw the ball a lot. DeAndre Hopkins had a touchdown. Yeah, that's really it. Will Levis threw 2 touchdowns. Nick Vannett had the other one. First career touchdown. Congrats, Nick. Will Levis fumbled the ball. That was the funny picture for Will Levis of week 3. Ernest Jones led the team in tackles. They got 3 sacks, 6 tackles for loss, 3 quarterback hits, no interceptions forced. Not a good game for Tennessee. Not a good game. Green Bay played a good game without Jordan Love. Giants and Browns. This was an upset. The Browns offense is lost. Main reason is Deshaun Watson, but holy cow, do the Cleveland Browns look bad right now. Giants get their first win of the season. Daniel Jones had a good game. 24 for 34, 236, 2 touchdowns, a 109 rating. Devin Singletary had a good game on the ground with a touchdown. And Malik Nabers balled out. He had 8 catches, 78 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then I think didn't Giants have a defensive touchdown? No, they didn't. But Greg Joseph missed a field goal for Green Bay. Or not Green Bay. Why am I saying Green Bay? I meant New York. But Daniel Jones threw 2 touchdowns. Devin Singletary ran 1 in. Malik Nabers got 2 receiving. Good game for the Giants offense. You know, they definitely started really slow. They started slow, but they had a good defensive game. Cordell Flott led the team in tackles. 8 sacks for the Giants. 2 from Dexter Lawrence. Brian Burns, former Panther, got 1. Wow, 8 sacks. Okay, maybe not all of it's on Deshaun, I've noticed, because he is getting pressured a lot so far. Yeah, he got sacked 8 times. But he's still bad. I don't like him as a person or a football. I don't like him. But, fun fact, 68,016 people in attendance. This seemed like an alright game. You know, Giants pulled off the upset. I picked the Browns in this one, but the Browns offense, their line, Deshaun looks really bad. They need Nick Chubb back. But as for the Giants, good game there. Alright guys, next game we got, I believe this was the last 1 o'clock game. We got the Chicago Bears and the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts with an easy win over the Bears. I'm glad the Colts win this game. I don't like Bears fans. They're annoying. They suck. Their offense sucks. They don't have an offense. Caleb sucks. Justin Fields has been better. Anyway. Chicago. Caleb Williams, I don't know why they're throwing the ball 52 times, but he went 33 for 52, 363 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 ugly interceptions. There was like 5 dropped picks, by the way. 35.8 quarterback rating. They didn't have really a good rushing game for Chicago. Rome Odunze got his first career touchdown. Cole Kmet also had a touchdown. DJ Moore had a good game. DeMarcus Walker led the team in tackles. Bears had 1 sack, 3 tackles for loss, 3 quarterback hits, 2 picks. They picked off Richardson twice, Jalen Johnson with a pick, and Tremaine Edmonds with a pick. Fun fact, 66,624 people in attendance. I bet like only 1,000 of those are Bears fans. But going on to the Colts, Richardson played terrible. He had a really bad game. 10 for 20, 167 yards, 2 interceptions, 39 rating. Jonathan Taylor had a really good game. 23 carries, 110 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He was one of the main reasons they were in this game. And not really. Zaire Franklin led the team in tackles. Also Trey Sermon got a touchdown for the Colts. So without the Colts run game, they would not have won this game, but it's the Bears. So, yeah. not really a good game here by either team, but someone had to win, right? Going on to the Carolina Panthers beating the Las Vegas Raiders in Vegas. Viva Las Carolina puts up 36 points in the Red Rifles' first game of the season. I mean, last 2 weeks, obviously, Bryce Young was our quarterback. We struggled, but put Bryce on the bench this week. Andy Dalton goes out there and lights it up. Deontay Johnson has a career game. Adam Thielen had a good game. Chuba Hubbard had a really good game. The line had a good game. A few bad plays by the line, but a good game. I believe Dalton only got sacked once. Dalton, first quarterback of the 2024 NFL season to throw 300 plus passing yards, and I believe it's plus 3 plus touchdowns in one game. I believe that's the stat. But what a game by the Panthers. Good defense, too. Great game by Dalton. And now, I'm going to get this question right now. I could already see it. Yes, Bryce is our quarterback. Not right now. Right now, Andy Dalton is the quarterback of the Carolina Panthers. Bryce Young is our future quarterback. Okay? I'm not going to go deeply into this conversation because you guys should know. People should know that it is good right now to let Bryce Young watch what Andy Dalton does with the playmakers. This kind of game can show Bryce your receivers are good. You could throw across the numbers and they will make plays. If you hold on to the ball for a few seconds, they will block for you. And see how the coaching is. It's a good development for Bryce. Okay? So, now that we're past that, like I said, Dalton is our quarterback right now. Bryce is the quarterback of the future. Andy Dalton, 26 for 37, 319 yards and 3 touchdowns, no picks, 123.6 rating. Chuba Hubbard, 21 carries, 114 yards. Miles Sanders had a touchdown. And then in the receiving game, Deontay Johnson had a career high, 122 yards on 8 catches and a touchdown. His longest was 35. Chuba Hubbard, 5 catches for 55. Xavier Legette, 2 catches, 42 yards. Adam Thielen had a touchdown. Unfortunately, he pulled his hamstring on that touchdown. That was a beautiful throw by Dalton. Right over 2 defenders. An absolute rope. That was like a 30-yard throw. Adam Thielen had 3 catches, 40 yards, and a touchdown. Tremble, Mingo, Sanders had some catches. And then on the defensive side, Michael Jackson led the team in tackles. He also had a pick. Shaq Thompson had a good game. A good game by the defense, man. Really good game. Really good game by the defense. Michael Jackson, like I said, had a pick. Guarding Devontae Adams, well, his own coverage, but still. Eddie Pinheiro went 3 for 3 on field goals. But how many people were in attendance? 62,417. Really good game by my football team. I really, really liked how we played. I'm very happy with the result. I hope we keep playing like this, building off the momentum. And, yeah, really good game. And I'm thinking about, how we have a TikTok, J&D Sports Talk. You should go follow that. I'm going to start doing some breakdowns on TikTok and maybe, eventually obviously bring them to YouTube. But I'm going to start doing some breakdowns on TikTok, looking at highlights of games, kind of not reacting but breaking down. Let me know if you guys want to see that. Start doing that in the near future. But, and then we'll eventually do that and many more on YouTube too. But good game by my team. Good game by Dalton. And now we go to the Raiders side. Gardner Minshew didn't really have a good game. Not much going with the rushing. Trey Tucker, Jacoby Myers scored. Um, Robert Spleen led their team in tackles. They only got 2 sacks. No interceptions for Vegas. Like I said though, very happy with how my team played. Very happy when it went out there and put up 36 points. That's what Carolina can do. Okay, that's what we can do, and I'm excited to hope for us to hopefully keep playing like that. We play the Bengals next. I like our chances in those ones. I like our chances in every game if we play, especially if we play like that. But really good game by the Panthers, and I'm excited to see what we do. I'm always excited for my team. But like I said, really good game, and enjoying victory week and ready for next week. Guys, we're going to move on to a few more games, but I just want to say, let us know what you want us to do for future episodes, future TikToks, and, give us some hot takes for us to react to. We'll react to them. Just tell us what you think of anything in the sports world, especially about what you think of the NFL season so far. Um, you know, we're doing a good job with this podcast. We're only going to learn and get better, but we feel like we're doing a good job. Um, but yeah, Dolphins and Seahawks. Terrible game by the Dolphins. It seems like they dropped to 1-2. Seattle is 3-0 of the season to start. 24-3 victory. Skylar Thompson didn't have a good game before he got hurt. Hopefully he gets better. Tim Boyle went in. Devin Achane didn't. No one really had a good game on this Dolphins team. Leading receiver Tyreek Hill 3 for 40. Not a good game for the Dolphins at all. Jordan Poyer was their leading tackler. They got 3 sacks. Not a good game. Not a good game for Miami. Going on to Seattle. Geno Smith didn't have a really good game. He played all right. 26 for 34. 289 yards, a touchdown, and 2 picks. He played all right. 86 passer rating. Zach Charbonnet had a really good game on the ground. 18 carries, 91 yards, 2 touchdowns. DK Metcalf had a good game. 4 catches, 104 yards, and a touchdown. Rashawn Jenkins, their leading tackler. And Seattle didn't get any picks, but 68,658 in attendance for that game. Not a good game by Miami. Seems like Seattle played pretty well, especially, the ground game, Zach Charbonnet and DK Metcalf. Defense, obviously, they played really well. Moving on to the Ravens and the Cowboys. Ravens dominated, okay? I like the Cowboys. They're obviously, they're my dad's team. I'm always going to want them to do good. They got dominated this week. They fall to 1-2. Ravens are 1-2 though. But Lamar didn't have that great of a game. He did all right. Nah, he did pretty good actually. He did pretty good. 139 rating, 12 for 15, 1 touchdown, 182 yards. He had a good game. Who had a better game? Derrick Henry. 25 carries, 151 yards, and 2 touchdowns. I mean, no one wanted to tackle. I don't blame them for not wanting to tackle him. Rashad Bateman scored a touchdown, but, Kyle Hamilton led the team in tackles. Roquan Smith was up there too. 3 sacks, no picks for Baltimore. And I think this is our most in attendance so far. Fun fact, 93,566 in attendance for this game. Going on to the Cowboys side, Dak Prescott did not have a good game. 28 for 51, 379 yards, 2 touchdowns, 91 passer rating. Rico Dodwell, their leading rusher. Jake Ferguson, leading pass catcher. KaVontae Turpin and Jalen Tolbert scored late game touchdowns. Not a good game for Dallas, man. I hope they turn this around. Eric Kendricks led the team in tackles. Not a good game. Not a good game for Dallas. Don't let the score fool you. Um, Dallas got most of their points. Yeah, they got 19 points in the last quarter, so not a good game for Dallas. I hope they play better than this in the future. Lions and Cardinals. Lions squeezed out this win. They win by 7 on the road, 20-13. This didn't seem like as good as a game as I thought it would be, man. Jared Goff had an alright game, 18 for 23, 2 touchdowns, 199, 1 pick. Besides the pick, he did really good. David Montgomery had a really good game, 23 for 105 and a touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs had a good game, 16 for 83, averaging 5.2 yards a carry. Amon-Ra St. Brown had 7 catches, 75 yards, and a touchdown. I did see that play where they threw like a little slant, like a little slant to Amon-Ra St. Brown, then he kind of flipped it to Jahmyr. He caught it and took it to the end zone. That was pretty cool. They counted that as a receiving. Yeah, 0 receptions, 20 yards, and a touchdown. That was a cool play. Leading the team in tackles is Brian Branch, the young safety out of Bama. Detroit generated 1 sack, 3 tackles for loss. Kirby Joseph with the pick. Attendance 63.6 thousand. Going to the Cardinals side. Kyler Murray 21 for 34, 207 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, 76.5 rating. Marvin Harrison had a good touchdown. He had a good game, 5 for 64, 1 touchdown. Ground game wasn't really there for Arizona. Not a really good game for Arizona. I didn't really pay much attention to this game because not much attention to the 4 o'clock games because Carolina was playing then. But, not a really good game for Arizona, but they hung in with the Lions. That's good. That's good for them. Kaiser White led the team in tackles, and Dennis Gardeck got the pick for Arizona. Moving on to the 49ers and the Rams. Wow. I mean, with Puka Nacua out, Cooper Kupp out, are the Rams like on their 4th tackle right now? They still got the job done at home against the 49ers. I didn't really see much of this game. Can someone please tell me what the is going on with the 49ers? Is this bad coaching or what? Brock Purdy seemed like he had a good game. 22 for 30, 292, 3 touchdowns, 137 rating. Jordan Mason had a pretty good, decent game. He had a good game. It was decent. 4.1 average. Jawan Jennings, though, he scored all the touchdowns for San Fran. 11 catches, 175 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Yes, I know George Kittle was out, Deebo was out, and I know Trent Williams got hurt later on in the game. I don't know his severity. But still, like, the Rams have more injuries than you guys. You guys have a way better team. Come on, Niners. Wow. Someone tell me what's going on with the Niners. But Charvarius Ward led the team in tackles. They didn't get any picks off of Stafford. 74,484 fans in attendance. That's a lot. Going on to the Rams side. Stafford, he had a pretty good game, as always. 16 for 25, 221, 1 touchdown, 105 rating. Tutu Atwell threw a pass. Kyren Williams had a really good game. 24 carries, 89 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Tutu Atwell had a good receiving game. Kyren Williams, 3 touchdowns. He had a receiving one, too. Troy Reader and Quentin Lake and Christian Roseboom led the Rams in tackles. No picks, but Rams did, every time I seen the score, the Niners were winning, but Rams got 13 points in the 4th quarter, leading them to victory over one of the best teams in the NFL. Are they still? We'll see. Now we're going to be reacting to the Kansas City Chiefs going to Atlanta to defeat the Falcons on Sunday Night Football. I've decided that for now on, I'm going to upload NFL week reactions on Tuesdays, latest Wednesday, because I want to also include the Monday Night Football games. and I feel like, not really rush the episodes will make them better. Not saying we do, just saying. Like I said, we're working, we're doing good with the podcast so far, and we're always each episode we're getting better and better at it, but we're doing good with it so far. This game, I knew, the Chiefs were gonna win. Um, Controversial last play with the no call pass interference for the Chiefs. They were guarding Kyle Pitts, and the ball was thrown, a pretty good ball, and the defender did not play the ball, and they hit Pitts early before the ball came. As a Panthers fan, yes, that was definitely pass interference. But am I glad they didn't call it? Yeah, because I don't like the Falcons, and they're in my division. Patrick Mahomes he had a good game, not the best, not Patrick Mahomes' game, but 26 for 39, 217 yards, 2 touchdowns to 1 pick, 87 passer rating. The ground game, Carson Steele, which I told you guys to watch out for, had a good game. It was, pretty good game for him. His first start in his career. Rashee Rice had a good game. He has a lot of yards after catch this season. 12 receptions, 110 yards, and a touchdown. Travis Kelce had a few catches. Juju Smith-Schuster had his first touchdown of the season. And on the defense, Chamari Connor led the team in tackles. Kansas City got 2 interceptions. Chamari Connor and Jalen Watson. But yeah, fun fact, there were 72,441 people in attendance for this game. So Chiefs, they could have played better, but they still got the job done. They got the win on the road, Sunday Night Football. They did good. Falcons, Kirk Cousins, he had a good game with the Falcons. 20 for 29, 230 yards, touchdown, a pick, 89 passer rating. So that's basically kind of identical with Mahomes. Just Mahomes threw another touchdown. Bijan Robinson scored a touchdown. Drake London scored a touchdown for the second straight game, I believe. Yeah, second straight game. Drake London has a touchdown. Darnell Mooney had a good game. Kyle Pitts had a couple catches. Same with Bijan and Ray McLeod. Troy Anderson led the Falcons' defense in tackles. Justin Simmons picked off Patrick Mahomes. But Younghoe Koo went 1 for 1 on field goals. It was a good game, Controversial last play that takes away from how the game, was, the ending. But other than that, it was a pretty good, clean game. Yeah, so I thought it was a good game. Moving on to Monday Night Football, we had a blowout, and I mean a blowout. Jacksonville Jaguars going to Buffalo, getting absolutely destroyed. Josh Allen threw 4 touchdown passes, 4 in the first half. I mean, obviously with that kind of lead, you go conservative. Trevor Lawrence looked terrible. 21 for 38, 178, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. 65 rating. Mac Jones came in for a little bit. Travis Etienne did pretty good on the ground. Christian Kirk had a good day. Brian Thomas had a good game. Jacksonville's offense was just really, really bad. I think they need to fire Doug Peterson. I've said it once, I'll say it again. Montaric Brown led the Jaguars in tackles along with Chad Muma. Jaguars didn't get any interceptions. Fun fact, 70,316 people went to that game in attendance at Highmark Stadium. Not a good game for the Jaguars at all. I mean, just really, really not a good game. Buffalo had a really good game, obviously. Josh Allen with an MVP caliber game. 23 for 30, 263 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 142 passer rating. Now, you guys know there was 2 Monday Night Football games at the same time. It was Jaguars and Bills and Commanders and Bengals. But I predicted the Jaguars to win and then the Bengals to win. I knew one of them was going to be an upset. I flip-flopped them, so I got both of them wrong. But I am kind of proud to say that I predicted there was going to be an upset. Whenever there's 2 Monday night games, I feel like there's always an upset. But, talking about this right now, though, Jaguars, not a good game at all. Like I said, I feel like they need to kind of clear the house with coaching. But, yeah. Buffalo, James Cook had a good game. He had a touchdown. Josh Allen was good on the ground, too. Khalil Shakir had a really good game. He scored a touchdown. Dalton Kincaid scored a touchdown. Ty Johnson scored a touchdown. Keon Coleman got his first career touchdown. Only one catch the whole game. His first career NFL touchdown, 24 yards. And shout out to Damar Hamlin, incredible story. He got his first pick of his career. But Deron Williams led the team in tackles. And like I just said, Damar Hamlin with a pick and 19 return yards. Good game by Buffalo. Like I said, really good game. Buffalo's looking like a really good team, as they always do in the regular season. 3-0. They're off to a really good start. Fun fact, the last time the Bills were 3-0, they went to the AFC Championship. So let's see how that goes on. All right, now it's the Washington Commanders going to Cincinnati, Ohio to upset the Cincinnati Bengals. I did not see this coming. Commanders put up 38 points over the Bengals. It was a good game. Like I was saying, with 2 Monday Night Football games, I watched the Bills and Jaguars first half, and then I watched the second half for the Bengals and the Commanders. So I watched half of each game. But Jaden Daniels dominated last night. 21 for 23, 254 yards, 2 touchdowns, 91% completion percentage, highest by a rookie quarterback in a game ever, 141 passer rating. Jaden Daniels had a really, really good game. And then he had a touchdown on the ground, 12 carries, 39 yards, and like I just said, a touchdown. Really good game by Jaden Daniels. Shout out to him. Threw his first career touchdown pass. Best completion percentage by rookie quarterback in a game. Incredible game by Jaden Daniels in this Commanders offense. Eckler scored a touchdown on the ground as long as Brian Robinson Jr. Scary Terry had a good game. 4 catches, 100 yards, and a touchdown. Luke McCaffrey had some catches. Zach Ertz had some catches. Noah Brown had some catches. And then Bobby Wagner and Frankie Luvu led the team in tackles. Washington didn't get any interceptions. Fun fact, 66,227 in Paycor Stadium Monday night. Really good game by the Commanders, especially Jaden Daniels. Really good game by the Commanders. Joe Burrow had a really good game, okay? I see these experts going on and saying Joe Burrow had a bad game. He had a really good game. His defense sucked. But anyway, Joe Burrow, 29 for 38, 3 touchdowns, 324 yards, 127 passer rating. Joe Burrow had a good game, like I just said. Chase Brown was pretty good on the ground. He averaged 8.9 yards a carry. Zach Moss had a touchdown. Jamar Chase had a really good game. 6 catches, 118 yards, and 2 touchdowns, 20 average. Andre Iosivas scored a touchdown too. And then Jermaine Pratt and Logan Wilson and Von Bell led the team in tackles. Bad defense by Cincinnati. But Joe Burrow was no reason they lost this game. I don't know why the quote-unquote experts are saying that. But Evan McPherson went 2 for 3 on field goals. Cincinnati's, I'm not going to say much about Cincinnati because Carolina plays them this week, but not a good game by Cincinnati. They are now 0-3 I did say before the season that they are the team, I think, in the AFC that could go to the Super Bowl, that will go to the Super Bowl besides the Chiefs. They're not proving my point so far, and I don't want them to for at least another week. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up with NFL Week 3 predictions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let us know what we can do in future episodes. And, we're still learning how to do these podcast episodes and stuff like that. We're only going to get better and better. Let us know what you guys want to see next, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.